Hello, I'm Marcia McMillan. Thanks for joining us this morning on CTV News Channel. And we begin with the weather on this Monday morning. A powerful nor'easter, the third major winter storm in as many weeks, bearing down on parts of Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. A large portion of eastern Newfoundland, including the Avalon Peninsula, is under an orange winter storm warning. Total snowfall between 30 and 50 centimeters is possible, except for parts of the southern Avalon, which is expecting 20 to 30 before the precipitation changes over to rain. And we're taking a live look now at St. John's Harbour. And yes, you can see why Environment Canada has issued an orange warning for the region. This is what it looks like in the downtown, the famous George Street, where quite a bit of snow has already fallen. All right, we're joined now by NTV's Ryan Harding with the very latest. Ryan, good morning to you. I was going to ask you to set the scene for us, but the scene is pretty obvious. Snow and lots of it. Bring us up to speed on current conditions and what's happening.
Yeah, so it's great timing. We're actually in a little bit of a lull here in St. John's, and we forecasted for that. And then right around that late afternoon mark into the supper time hour, we're going to see that snow really pick up again, where we could see 3, 4, up to 5 centimeters per hour in terms of a snowfall rate. That's how it started at around 2 a.m. this morning. So as far as snowstorms go in Newfoundland and Labrador, all things considered, this one, it's okay. And there's a couple of reasons for that. The first being the timing of it. So the majority of that coming down in the overnight hour. And while it may seem and sound windy here, the second aspect is the wind actually isn't as high as we've seen this winter season. So we've had 2 hurricane force winds come through St. John's over the 140, 145 kilometer per hour mark this season. We've had 14 days over the 100 kilometer per hour mark, and a couple that hit the 160 range as well. It's a bit of winter season of snow, but specifically of the wind. And there are some communities, specifically on the southern portion of the island, that just keep getting nipped by that wind coming through. Not just the cold, but some damage in that as well. And I joked on Friday, January 30th, that it felt like January 40th. This is the Avalon's turn for a snowstorm. Last week, it was the northern portion and into Labrador that saw 50 to 60 centimeters. So this winter, we just keep passing the buck. And this is our turn for the snowstorm in the capital city today.
Your turn. It really is feeling like Groundhog Day. I wish we had a short end to this winter. What is the impact, Ryan, on all of this weather today? Are schools closed? Are businesses opening?
Yeah, so it's a full closure in St. John's today, government buildings, schools, and we're really good at that. We're really good at determining, okay, today's not the day to go out and navigate this. Let's put a pin in that, stay at home, take care of the family, check in on Nan, clear out the driveways, help your neighbors, and then we'll get back to it tomorrow. The real concern, though, for many people in the province is medical appointments. So in our province here, if you miss an appointment, it might have taken you months to a year to get that. So missing the day really puts a wrench in plans. It's travel plans as well. There's 3 people here at our studio, 1 coming back, 2 leaving for vacation, which is not the case anymore. And when you live on an island, that's part of it. And with those high winds, again, our ferry services have been continuously closed. So that's getting goods into the province. So roadways getting into the major cities for medical appointments, for school, of course, closed today, and then the overall arching travel in terms of getting stuff onto the island, but also the power. We've had rolling blackouts last week due to the ice on the mechanisms that keep the power going here. And in storms like this, with the winds, with the ice changing into freezing rain, snow, and back into snow, that plays a role into how the day unfolds. So haven't heard too much in terms of power outages yet today, but the day is early. We're bound to have some.